today we're going to be doing the range test on the Rawr Mantis 72 volt. Okay, so pretty much here, all you can hear pretty much is just wind. So I'm doing a little voiceover. Right here I was just explaining the difference between the X and the Rawr Mantis. The fact that the Rawr Mantis is heavier and the X is lighter. The Rawr Mantis has an extra 5 amps compared to the Rawr Mantis X. I'm guessing this is because of the 30-pound difference or 20-pound difference. I don't know exactly how much it is. Alright, we're still riding. We're at 6.4 miles. I kind of shut the bike off. I'm not going to do it again. I want to show you guys why I can't do Eco 1. Pretty much I tried to do Eco 1 this entire time. I wasn't making up hills. So it's kind of going to be like a little... It would be difficult actually, you know. So I guess I could try it tomorrow just for the video, but it's going to be a little annoying. Also, sorry for the noise, I don't have a mic, so next priority. Also, camera, since I've been riding one-handed this entire time. Yeah. Alright, so we're going to get a little flyby clip just to show you the speed of the Mantis. Tops out at 54 miles an hour, stock controller, stock battery, pretty much everything on this thing is stock. Next video you guys are going to see is going to be the new Moto X controller, which is not pretty much, it's not a new controller, it's just a tune-up of that controller, which is going to be a lifesaver. I need to find a rock. Where's a rock? Update, we're at 66% and we are pretty much 12 miles in. So yeah, still 66%, 7 miles, 14 miles in pretty much. It's going good. It's pretty much what you would expect. Alright, so I figured this was a good point just to show you. 9.8 miles, 58% battery. You kind of like, you do your mathematics. I already had 6 miles when I turned off the bike. So let's just say this is 15, 16. So by the end we should have 30 miles, just around 30 miles, maybe 25. Alright, well, we're going to practice some wheelies because I can stop so you can see. 35%, and we have done 22 miles. Just if you don't forget the fact that I turned the bike off when I had 6 miles on it. So, yeah, I mean, you can pretty much see how many miles you're going to get from the beginning of the ride. So pretty much here I was trying to say from the top end of the battery to the bottom end of the battery, it's pretty consistent. I mean, once you get to around 40-30%, you can start kind of telling that you are losing a little bit of volts, but I mean, it's not horrible compared to other bikes that I've ridden that, I mean, like once you get to 30%, you can't go over like 30 miles an hour, or you can't reach your top speed, which is kind of expected, but also disappointing because you still have that 10% left that I guess you can use. So I didn't run the battery down to 0%. I ran it from 100 to 20. So you probably could get more mileage off of the battery, but then again, it's not good for your battery. So I would not recommend doing that. But yeah, I'm very excited to see the difference between the stock controller and the Moto X controller. Alright, so 19.6 miles, and we're at 24%. So, I mean, I could ride another 4%, but there's really no need to. 26 miles on a full battery in sport mode. Alright, so one more thing I wanted to talk about here was the difference between the front shocks and the rear shocks. The front shocks are a lot softer than the rear shocks. It's definitely something you notice as soon as you hop on the bike. Don't know exactly how many aftermarket parts are out for the Rawr Mantis. Just because of the fact that I think they're focusing on the X more because it's a more affordable bike and more people are buying that bike, which is understandable because it's lighter and it pretty much goes around the same speed for the same price, or for a lot cheaper actually. Another thing is, I mean, the brakes are really good. They're not bad. I mean, I guess I could say for 72 volt, the power is definitely there, but the range is kind of underwhelming when you're pushing it and you really only get 20 miles per battery. So that's something that I would like to see change, which hopefully the eMoto X controller changes the range, which I'm going to be reviewing that very soon. I'm super excited to see how that changes the range and how changes the top speed and power overall, so stay tuned for that. This thingy, like, the bike has to be plugged in to be able to, for you to actually open this. So I mean, if my bike's off, right, and the battery's out of it, and I would have to take my key off and use this separate thing. So there's completely a separate key to actually pop the seat, which is kind of goofy in my opinion. But I mean, you don't need to take the battery out, so it makes sense. But that's going to be it for today's video. Thank you guys for watching. The next video is going to be out on the eMoto X controller. So yeah, just stay tuned.